AI is amazing, except for one problem. We are too reserved and we are too afraid of not using AI as such, but even trying to experiment with what it has to offer. Not just you, I've been a victim myself. Very recently, I discovered that there is something called as plugins, and I've always been using the Zapier plugin and the code interpreter feature in ChatGPT 4, and I was awestruck when I realized that there is much more than that you could go ahead and do. Now, on that note, let's get started and understand one small thing before we get started. What I really wanted to tell you in this video is when mobile phones came out, when smartphones especially came out, we were all excited about taking pictures and clicking selfies and watching stuff online, sharing things, etc. But very soon, the app storm took over, where everything today, everything that you do is through an app. Apps dominate your smartphones. Similarly, there will be a situation in ChatGPT's case where plugins will start dominating the platform, from taking it from just a chat based platform to a platform that can do much more than that. And in fact, I see that already happening. How to use plugins when it comes to ChatGPT. You need to have a ChatGPT account, of course, and you also need to have a ChatGPT 4 subscription. So let's get started. Let me show you what I mean. Let's jump right into your screen and let's get started. All right, so this is my ChatGPT. So first things first, go to ChatGPT 4. If you have not enabled plugins, this is how you do it. You go to your settings, and then go to your beta features and then click on plugins. And once you do that, you will be able to see plugins. Go to ChatGPT 4, and you small drop down here will give you access to plugins, right? That you have already added. If you want to add a plugin, you can go ahead and go to the plugin store and start searching for your plugin. Let's say travel plugins that you may need, and you can go ahead and add any such plugin that may interest you. If you're looking at anything related to podcasts, maybe you can search for podcasts and see if anything interests you, and you can add that. So I have added a few plugins, and one such plugin is something that caught my attention. Before I show you before I show you what I do with this plugin, I want to show you what I used to do even before I discovered this plugin. Even before I discovered this plugin, I know that we are overwhelmed by the amount of AI tools that are in the market right now. So what I used to do is I used to go to this tool or website called there is an AI for that.com, and I used to search for any AI tool that I would wanted access to by this search bar, right? Let's say I wanted to look at newsletter platforms that are available and are used and and that leverages AI functionality. So I go here and search for newsletter. Now it gives me a list of all the tools which are AI based, right, and which have a tag, which have a label, or which has anything to do with newsletters. Now, how do I know what each of these things have to offer? I have to go to each of these things, open up, and then look at the website, and then decide what the features are, right? And then I can go ahead and discover what I have to offer. Or I could simply come to ChatGPT and start searching for, let's say, let's talk about before the plugin, right? So let's come here and search for what are all the AI based newsletter platforms available for me, right? I want to monetize. Okay, and let me also give that an alternative available for me that are alternatives to Beehive. That's a platform. I want to have. I want to have. I want monetization feature. And what else do I need? I need monetization feature and I need AI powered tools, right? So let us put this in a new chat. Go to ChatGPT 4, and there is no plugins here. So let me go to ChatGPT 4 default, and let me put this search. Let's see what comes up. Okay, as my last update of blah blah blah. Okay, Substack. Review. Let me tell you, Review is a platform which was powered by Twitter, but I think it's shut down now. It's not being used now. Ghost, okay, Patreon, ConvertKit, right? Very, very, very minimal, right? Or why should I comment? Let's see what happens when you start using plugins, right? Now, when I have done this, or when I do this, I get some amount of information. Let's compare this to something that I can achieve when I use plugins, right? Now, I go to ChatGPT 4 again. Instead of having a default setting, let me go to plugins. I have downloaded a plugin called, there is an AI for that. It is the same plugin for the website that I had visited, searched for newsletters, gone to the website and collected anything. Now I go to this plugin, right? I enable this, and then let me put in the same search, same chat prompt that I had used before, and see. Let's see what happens. What are all the AI-based newsletter platforms available for me that are alternatives to Beehive? I want monetization feature and AI-powered tools. I have not changed anything except for the fact that I did a default search before, but now I have chosen a plugin called. There's an AI for that, which is a plugin for the same website that I used to refer. Let me see what happens. Okay. Counting. Okay, so it is using this plugin. Okay, it does some magic, and let's see what happens. Here are the AI based newsletter platforms that could serve as an alternative to Beehive. They all include AI powered tools, but you will need to check each one of them for monetization features. Now, you have Newsletter Pilot, you have Promo AI, you have Broadcast, you have Neural Newsletters, you have Taft.com, you have Inform Email, Infomail, ChatGPT Newsletter, Summarize, Glasp.co, okay, RedSense AI, Rasa.io. Please note, while all these platforms utilize AI in their operation, their specific features and capabilities may vary. Let me show you another prompt that I had used before when I tried it before showing it to you. Okay. Now, before I showcase this to you, I had done a sample search where I just said best newsletter alternatives to Beehive that enables monetizations too and are not too complicated and are AI powered. Now, when I did that, it gave me a simple list of 5 things that I can just need to go ahead and look at whatever I need. Now, let's compare the approach where I had to go to a website and search for a keyword called newsletter, then go to each of these websites and decide, versus a default chat on ChatGPT 4, which gave me a very, very simple random email, a random list of a few things, which is not even clear. Now, and let's compare what I received with a plugin, right? Now, this is much more crisper, much more refined, much more accurate, much more relevant, much more meaningful to me more than anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, remember what apps were to your smartphones and what apps are to your smartphones. Plugins are that to your ChatGPT system. So I urge you to go ahead and start experimenting, fidgeting with these plugins. They are they work wonders if you put them and if you play with them right. Don't fall into the trap of buying prompts, using the same prompts that are used by somebody else. Learn prompt engineering. I'm not saying that don't learn it. Learn prompt engineering and use it to your advantage and use your own personality to come up with these prompts. Who knows, you can be a better prompt engineer than all those prompts that are being sold in the market. Thank you so much. My name is Casey. I hope you start using these plugins soon. That's it from now. See you in the next video. Cheers.